the 21st century, and women have a right to choose, and it's our bodies.
When someone says it's my body, it's my choice, I often look at them and say, well, what about the body of the child? I'm not asking people to say that the baby's rights supersede the mother's. Pro-choicers say that the mother's rights supersede the child, and my argument is that they are equal, that they have equal rights, that they are both equal persons.
Sometimes people see being against abortion as being anti-woman because it's assumed that the person who is against abortion only cares about the child. And so I think it's very important that when people articulate, they have to be able to articulate why being against abortion is actually pro-woman. And I think that needs to be articulated well, and it needs to be articulated carefully.
Women need to decide what choices need to be made over their own bodies.
I feel like the woman's right to choose, they're basically choosing for you because they already know once they put everything in your head, you're going to choose abortion. You're going to choose what they want you to choose.
I considered being pro-choice to be rational, compassionate, realistic, and being responsive to the present-day reality. It meant that I was a compassionate human being who cared about women, cared about the world, and had a realistic view of what was going on.
We believed that we were providing a much needed and much misaligned but misunderstood service. We truly, truly did. And that's the scariest part. When I look back, is I really didn't think we were hurting them.
I just bought into the whole, it was my body, it was my choice. And I never followed that through to realize that meant that somehow it was my problem. I had to take care of this problem when I became pregnant.
I would have to say that, like most liberties in the United States, you know, my right to swing my fist ends where your nose starts. And I feel very much the same way about a pregnant mother and about that genetically unique, unrepeatable, and irreplaceable child that already exists.
It is my body. It is my choice. That's tough. The problem is it isn't just involving my body at a certain point. It's somebody else's body, which is a baby's body.
Some say that it's perfectly okay to kill a fetus because it can't survive on its own outside the mother's womb. Others say that a baby, a toddler, or even a 4-year-old can't take care of themselves and are totally dependent on their mother as well. Where do we draw the line?
Well, the pro-choice side tends to often emphasize bodily autonomy. The idea that, well, even if it's a human being, no human being has the right to depend on and to use another human being's body. I find that argument misses the point, because if it's in fact a human being, then a mother does have an obligation to her child in the same way she would have an obligation to any born child.
When I would meet somebody, or when I meet someone who says, I'm pro-choice, it's a woman's choice, usually I ask to choose what? What is abortion? What does abortion do? What does abortion do to that unborn life? What is the unborn child?
When you look at the reasons women have abortions, and there have been many studies on this from pro-choice groups, very much, I can't afford a kid, or I'm wanting to continue my education, this, that, and the other. They don't have anything to do with pregnancy. They have to do with the baby after the baby is born, not wanting to care for the baby. It has nothing to do with her body. No one ever says, I'm having an abortion because I feel like my body is being invaded by an alien parasite. Like, that's the kind of language, that's the rhetoric that's used in some of these pro-choice circles, but it's so far removed from reality. That's just not the reality.
It's my body, it's my choice is a veneer And underneath is, I don't know if I can count on the guy who said he loved me. I don't know how my parents are going to react. I don't know if my school will support me, or if I get a job, if I'm going to make a living wage and will it include health care. I mean, that's what the reality is for most women.